Meal deals. Britain loves them. You save a bit of money on your brekkie, your lunch, your dinner, so who can blame them? From lunch meal deals, fast food meal deals, to supermarket dinner meal deals, we have them all. Today I'll be looking at fast food meal deals to determine which is the best of them all. I'll be trying every meal deal under £5 in my area, scoring them out of 5 on taste and giving 1 point per 50p saved. For example, if I save £1.50 in the meal deal, then it'll get 3 points. Got it? Alright, let's go. Before we start the video, just wanted to have a quick chat with you guys. You guys know that I'm a huge animal lover, right? Well, on behalf of the wonderful little Cleo here, I am raising money for the cat's protection. You gotta stay here for this segment. She's off. I'm looking to raise £2,750 for the cat's protection under their Stream for Cats programme they're running currently. I've set the target at £2,750 because that will buy a new shelter for these cats. Not every cat is as privileged and lucky enough as Cleo to have its own home. So I would love it if you guys could just donate maybe 50p. And if 5,000 of you donate 50p, we're pretty much there. This is not a sponsorship, I'm doing this entirely off my own back. And I'll be raising money through until the end of September. I have a couple of incentives. If I raise £1,000, I will do the One Chip Challenge's brand new Hot Gummy Challenge. If we hit the target, then I'm gonna buy the entire Hot Ones sauces set and I will do a live Q&A whilst also attempting the Hot Ones challenge. So guys, please, the link is on screen now and also in the description below. As I say, if you can just donate 50p or less than £1, and if just a few of the many of you who watch me do that, then we should absolutely smash this target. Anyway, thanks, back to the video. The issue about getting up for breakfast when you've got a full-time job means you have to get up really, really early, and it's rubbish. But we went to Greggs and we have got the £2.85 Greggs meal deal. This comes with coffee of your choice, any coffee. I got a flat white, which actually tastes like a flat white. So already, that's good. Not a bad coffee actually. Never really had Greggs coffee, but that's not too bad. I went for the bacon roll. Now you can go for sausage, bacon, or egg. I think there's even a vegan egg you can go for as well. You get a choice of sauce, but then I believe they also do, you can get the exact same meal deal, but with a croissant. Okay, look, there we go. We have 3 big slices of bacon in there. Lots of brown sauce like I asked, the roll is buttered. It's not streaky bacon, I'm not a fan of streaky bacon, never have been. Let's try this. It's what you want from a bacon roll. They've shoved and loaded it with bacon. So much sauce, it's just slathered in there. And then the bun is really nice and soft despite being toasty. And it's got all that melted butter on it. It was a good breakfast sandwich. I don't think it's necessarily the best thing I'm gonna have or gonna eat, but it's still very, very good. So I'm gonna be giving it a 4 out of 5. And the Greggs breakfast comes with a saving of £1.55, giving it 3 points in value, ultimately giving it 7 points. It's Saturday, it's breakfast time, and I'm gonna try a breakfast I've never tried before. We're off for a Wendy's breakfast. $3.99 for the breakfast biggie deal, and I went for the croissant sausage and egg because I've never had like the croissant one. I always end up getting like just a normal breakfast sandwich, which looks like it's a breakfast muffin. It looks good, it looks good. My only complaint is they didn't put any sauce in it. And none of the sauce machines are working, so I'm just gonna try it as it is and we'll see what happens. It is tasty. I really like the croissant, it's really, really flaky, and I'm not one for having egg and sausage and cheese in a croissant, but it does work really, really well. It is let down by the lack of sauce in it. It's definitely a latte. It's not a flat white. They've definitely made it as a latte. Not like Greggs, who did make it like a flat white. It's alright as far as breakfast go, but it's certainly not the worst. I think it's tasty. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. Wendy's breakfast is a good saving of £1.99, giving it 4 points. So in total, it ties with Greggs at 7 points. It was time for McDonald's and their £2.79 breakfast meal deal, where it was news to me that Carolina both worked there and was Employee of the Month. Oh, I look a right mess. A McDonald's muffin and a drink for £2.79. And of course, once again, I got a flat white. Because we had a flat white everywhere else that we went. Now, they do a normal meal for £4.99. And the fact that you can get this for £2.79, but you're adding £2.20 for the hash brown, feels a bit ridiculous to me. So I decided for the purposes of this, we would only try this one from McDonald's, even though technically there are two that are under £5. Anyway, flat white, is it as good as the Greggs one? Is it better than the Wendy's one? Immediately better than Wendy's. It's probably on par with Greggs. So now we have the egg and sausage McMuffin, which I've always been a huge fan of these. I'm gonna try and remove all bias out the window for this, but that is a very nice looking breakfast sandwich, if you ask me. Let's dig in. There is just something about a McDonald's breakfast item. My favorite of all time is the bagel, the sausage and egg bagel, which they really need to bring back, but this does come as a close second, and it just doesn't disappoint. Their sausage patty compared to their normal burger patties, on point with the seasoning, really tasty, and I don't actually mind the griddled eggs. I really quite like them. Now, I thought they normally came with tomato sauce, but I could be wrong. The fact that this is missing sauce does put it down a point or two, but where the flat white is just as good as the Greggs one, I think this is a 4 as well. I think if it did happen to have sauce in it, and there was no option to put sauce in it, I just ordered it as it came, I would give this 5 points, but as it stands, it's definitely a 4-pointer.
McDonald's has a hefty saving of £2.70, giving it 5 points in value and smashing it into first place on the breakfast meal deals.
Well, there you go. Who'd have thought it? McDonald's comes in top for savings and taste. Don't necessarily think I would get Wendy's breakfast again, but Greggs and McDonald's I'd get any day of the week. But best value for your money, and in my opinion, the tastiest, it's got to be McDonald's. So I'm off to Greggs and I'm off to get my lunch. I'm specifically going for the pizza slice and a cold drink here, which I believe is cheaper after 4 p.m. But we're going to go for the sort of lunchtime version of it. It's not the best deal in the world, this one. I'm not going to lie. If we get the slice of pizza and a drink for £3.50, it's £2.85 after 4 p.m. The slice of pizza itself costs £2, while the drink costs £1.80. So really we're saving 35p here. So it gets 1 point in that regard. It would be up to 2 points, I believe, if it was after 4 p.m. Not as good as I remember. I just think this pizza's been sat out a little bit too long. Not very fresh. The pepperoni is definitely better. The tomato-based sauce, a little bit overly sweet. It's a good size though. It is a very good size, I'll give them that. The dough's nice, but yeah, I just can't really taste the cheese. It's mostly this overpowering sweet tomato sauce. And then you just get a Coke to wash it down with. I do love Coke Zero. Yeah, I mean, it's great. It's not blow your mind. It's not amazing. In terms of like a meal deal, it's okay. It's okay. Again, you're not saving too much money unless you come after 4 o'clock, where the pizza's probably all stale and rubbish anyway. It's perfectly average. I reckon I'd give it 3 out of 5.
I worked out that the sandwich deal was also just a £1.25 saving, so not much difference than the after 4 p.m. pizza. But this scores 4 points, as I bought it at lunchtime.
Right, so I have here the Domino's lunch deal, which is the cheeky little pizza for £4. I think that's pretty good for £4. Now what's interesting here is this is £4, and yet you can get a personal pepperoni pizza for $9.99. So the saving is quite ridiculous. And I did also, for science, get the personal pepperoni pizza, and the only real difference is about 3 or 4 more slices of pepperoni, and it's £6 more. So already this is scoring big points. And it's available pretty much like until sort of 4 p.m. every single day, even Saturdays and Sundays. I rarely do go to Domino's actually, but for under a £5, you don't get anything else with it. No drink, no chips, nothing. It's just this for £4, but still counts as a lunch deal. Let's go. It is good. It is. I don't know what it is, but the less there is on a pizza, the nicer I tend to find it. You can also get plain margarita, and I think there's like a chicken one and maybe a veggie one as well. So there are options, and they are all £4. The crust is soft and fluffy. The cheese is well melted with a really good tasty flavour. I actually like the tomato sauce on this. I think this is pretty good, pretty up there. This is going to score a lot in the savings and value for money, but in terms of taste, I can't not give it a 4 out of 5.
Look, I'll take off £1.50 for the extra pepperoni, but this still means that Domino scores a whopping 9 points in value for money, putting it right up there in first place with 13 points. This was going to be so hard to beat. I was back at Wendy's and this time trying the Junior Bacon Cheeseburger £3.99 biggie deal.
This is about 5 minutes after I had the breakfast deal, but now we are on the lunch deal, which is the £3.99 biggie deal, which either comes with a bacon cheeseburger, I believe a normal cheeseburger, or chicken nuggets. This already looks so much better than the breakfast deal. You've got a nice bit of sauce in there, a bit of tomato, lettuce, we've got the bacon. It's looking very good. I will say the bun feels a tiny bit stale. Chips are good. Just tuck in. The bun's actually alright. I won't complain about the bun. The meat is nice, the cheese is nice. I like the elements of the fresh tomato and the lettuce. But I never thought I would be saying this. I think there's a bit too much mayo in here. I'm a big mayo fan, but that is absolutely stonkingly full of mayo. I'm not a crispy bacon guy. This isn't even crispy, it's just tough. It's just hard. It also comes with fries and a drink. It's really early, so I went for Tropicana, which is actually the same price as one of their fountain drinks. Wendy's chips are good, honestly. I think Wendy's chips, fries, whatever you want to call them, they're really good. I'm still not a fan of these lids, not sure of them at all. I mean, orange juice is orange juice, it's going to taste good. But, you know, it's alright, it's alright. I don't think it's quite a 4 as much as I would like to give it a 4. I'm going to give it a round 3 again as well. A nice round 3.
The biggie deal comes in quite high with a £3.58 saving, giving it 7 points in value, altogether rounding in at 10 points. Burger King time, where I was here to get what looked like a super impressive $4.99 King Melt box.
Quite a good saving on this one. There is a lot that you can get from Burger King for $4.99. You get a choice of 4 melts, you get a choice of side, you get fries or onion rings, and a drink as well. So all of that together for literally $4.99, I think is an absolute steal. So I got a Coke Zero, I got my barbecue melt burger, which I've never had before, and then 3 chili cheese bites, which are in here. We start with one of them. Looks good. Pretty solid little bite. I haven't had BK fries in forever, and there we go. Basically no salt, but they are ripping hot. They're not bad. And then they're melt cheeseburgers, which I've not had one of these before. It looks pretty good. Just a standard cheeseburger with lots of melty cheese and lots of barbecue sauce in there. I do love a Burger King burger, so it's hot as well. It's really good. It's not the best. Maybe like some pickles or something in there would go a long way. And I feel like the meat, it needs a bit more seasoning. It really does need a little bit more seasoning. These are amazing. Oh, really gooey in the inside. Fries are lacking seasoning. The burger is lacking seasoning. So realistically, I think the chili cheese bites save it, but I'm going to be quite harsh here. And while it's good value for money, out of 5, I don't think I can give it more than a 2.
Despite being lackluster, BK nets you an impressive £4.18 saving on this deal, which is a cool 8 points. It ties with Wendy's at 10 points here. Alright, so we've got one more. We've got to go to McDonald's. We're going to try the 3 for £3. Let's get down there, try it now. Yeah, so I was back at McDonald's, but would this be the one to take the top spot? Their 3 for £3 menu was looking very promising.
McDonald's 3 for £3, and I got 4 chicken McNuggets, a cheeseburger, and a hot apple pie, which I'm excited for. I wanted to make this as mealy as possible for us. I did do some research, and the most cost-effective thing for you in this deal would be to get 3 lots of 4 chicken nuggets. That would be the most saving, but that just doesn't feel almost like a meal to me. And if it was just chicken nuggets, don't think it would rate all too well in terms of, you know, score and flavour and all of that. So I just wanted to make a bit of variety for myself. McNuggets come with a sauce. I am indifferent towards McNuggets. They're okay. They're not like the best thing in the world, but they're not bad. At least they're piping hot, which is good.
perfectly okay. Again, I feel like a lot of fast food these days is like grossly under-seasoned. Bit of a meh. And I reckon I'd have given that 2 points if it was just a load of McNuggets. But the next most expensive thing on there was the cheeseburger. And, well, it would have been the apple pie. But if you wanted to go main, it would have been a cheeseburger. And look at that. Giant. Did not even put the cheese on properly. Look at that. As far as cheeseburgers go from McDonald's, this one's actually made pretty well. It's got a good balance of everything. Definitely better than the Burger King one. Probably actually, I like the freshness of what you had of the lettuce and the tomato in the Wendy's one, but this just tastes a bit better. Absolutely devoured that. Which means last but not least is the apple pie, which I think I've only ever had twice in my life. I do love the look of it. How good would it be if they did like a couple of custard pots you could dip it in? This is very good. Oh, it burns. I reckon all in all, nuggets did let it down a little bit. Probably going to give that a 4 out of 5. How did it do on the savings? And is it enough to win?
Oh, so close. A £3.27 saving on my meal brings it to 7 points, scoring it 11 in total. Yeah, maybe if I bought 3 lots of chicken nuggets, it might have won. But to me, a load of chicken nuggets isn't a meal. Domino's wins. I'm out. Subscribe.